Welcome back to Bash is Magic, No It's Not, an introduction to the command line for macOS and Linux. Here in part 7, we're going to look at one of the fundamental concepts that makes Bash really powerful and why it won out as the leading shell. Let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to look at the commands echo, pipe, and the redirects, overwrite and append. So let's go back to our training folder. If you've been watching from earlier episodes, you'll see a file structure that looks pretty familiar. So the first thing I'm actually going to use is echo. Echo is a really handy tool that will, well, print out exactly what you tell it to print out. So hello, and there you can see it's echoed hello. It's a handy tool we'll get to when we talk about scripting to give output to the screen. But for right now, we're going to use it as a handy tool to explore the other concepts. So if I echo hello, hello, there's a few things I can do with this output. Now, by default, it's going through a standard out. The standard output is the terminal. So by saying echo hello, it's echoing into that output. We could also make it echo hello and redirect that output into a file. And just like when we created the files earlier with VI or with Pico, we can just name a new file here. So let's say a new file 1.txt. And notice nothing has come to the screen. But if we concatenate new file 2, new file 1, should say, we'll see that there it's printed hello. This is overwriting the whole file. So if we run that exact same command again, and we run that same cat again, it's the exact same words. That's because the operator, I'm just clear the screen. That's because this operator, the greater than symbol, pushes data destructively into a file, or just overwrites whatever's there. If we do the same thing, echoing this out, and we did 2 arrows, let's do this a couple times, and now we'll cat new file 1. We see that we got hello 3 times because we have appended, we've added to the end of the file multiple times. This is pretty handy if you are bringing back lists of things that you can simply push that data somewhere else. So if we were to ls, for instance, let's clear the screen. Ls, that prints out the directory to the screen. That's the standard output. But if we did an ls and then let's create a new one called ls.txt. And now we'll cat that ls txt, and there we go. The exact same thing we see is just laid out 1 item per line. Now let's go ahead and append that with an echo new file dot txt 1 2 3 4 notice once, and then we're going to cat that again. Let's see, it's appended there at the bottom. Now, there are some power tools that I'm not going to get into in this series, most likely sed and awk, SED and AWK. These are very powerful tools that can do much more advanced file manipulation. The other operator we're going to look at is the pipe. This is the symbol that means take the output from one thing and use it in another program. This is the core ability that Stephen Bourne said put his shell above all the others, that you could write these scripts that could take input from one program and feed it to another immediately. Let's just show a really quick example of this. If we do an ls, here we are in a folder system as we expect, and we'll do an ls. This time we'll take the output of that ls run and we will pipe it to grep. And grep is going to look for the word, let's look for the word txt. And there it will show all the things that are txt files, which is, well, everything except for my HTML file. Let's do that again, and this time let's grep the word new. And let's make it case insensitive. So there we go. There's the 3 files out of the ls. Now, on the surface, this might not seem like the most powerful superpower on earth. But if you are returning a log file from a web server and you're looking through thousands or maybe millions of lines of error messages, being able to return that entire statement and then having a tool like grep parse through it, that's pretty powerful. And later, when we look at scripting, this is going to come into play in a big, big way. All right, so come back with part 8, where we will start, tying things together a little bit, and start looking at how we can type less and get more done through aliasing using Bash Profile and Bash RC.